Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am really in awe when I look at the quality of the education, the quality of the people who spoke here before me, and the commitment, dedication, and the devotion of so many people to make this happen. So give them a big hand. In the morning I mentioned that each one of you, without exception, is nature's greatest miracle. Because none of you from here, there was never anybody like you since Adam. There is nobody like you around the world. There is nobody like you in the whole universe. If there are 2 million universes that we believe there might be, there is nobody like you, and there will never, ever be anyone like you. No one walks like you. No one talks like you. No one thinks like you. So you're unique, you're special, and you're very powerful. One of my favorite authors, Og Mandino, says, none can duplicate your brushstroke. None can make your chisel mark. None can duplicate your handwriting, and none can sell like you. So this is the power we all have, and we can see the kids at a very young age to memorize the Quran, to memorize the meanings of the Quran is almost phenomenal because we all have that power inside us. And when I talk about spark, we are all born with a spark. When a child is born, there's a twinkle in your eye. Your brows are unwrinkled. There's a smile on your face. Your heart is open. There's an echo in your voice. There's a spring in your step. You have the glow and you're flowing. And we all have that spark because we are born with that spark. We all have Allah within us. But sometimes we lose that spark. How do we lose the spark? Because we blame the circumstances. We blame ESCOM. We blame the government. We blame the corruption. We blame the crime. We blame the war in Ukraine. And when you start to rely on outside factors, that's not the spark. The spark does not depend on outside factors. The spark depends on what's inside you. This is where the power lies, is within. And so once you realize that, you become very powerful. And the word spark is an acronym, S-P-A-R-K. So the letter S stands for service. Every one of the teachers, even the children, the sacrifice they made is service, through service, because they want to serve with the knowledge that they acquire. They want to serve with the meaning of Quran that they've learned. So service is a very important part of your spark. Because we are born to give. We are hardwired to give. We have an innate need to give. When you close your fist, you cannot receive. When you open your fist and give, you can give. So the more in the flow of giving you are, the more giving flows through you. The more in the flow of abundance you are, abundance flows through you. A cow which stops giving milk cannot create more milk. A tree which has a fruit and nobody takes it, it falls down and rots. A river which stops flowing stagnates, dies. So when we stop giving, we stop creating, we stop innovating, we stop receiving, we stop finding, we stop having. My brothers and sisters, we stop living. You are dead when you stop giving because we are born to give. So that's S. The letter P in spark is purpose. The purpose of life is to have a life of purpose. We are born to have a purpose. So every one of the teachers and students were here and sacrificed 5 years and the institute for 10 years because they had a purpose. We are all born with a gift, and our gift is ignited. The spark is ignited when we find the purpose. Mark Twain, an author, once said there are 2 very important days in your life. What are these 2 most important days in your life? The day you are born and the day you find out why. Why am I here on this earth? When you find out why you're born, this is when you ignite your spark. Because we are then able to use the gift Allah gave us to align with the purpose we have. Very important. And it's never too late to find your purpose. I was giving an example that Tom Moore in UK was almost 100 years old when he decided he wanted to raise 1,000 pounds, UK pounds, to help the National Health Services for COVID. At the age of 100, he said, I'll walk around my house with my walker and I'll raise 1,000 pounds. He walked around his house 100 times and he raised 30 million pounds. 30 million UK pounds. The Queen gave him knighthood, made him Sir Tom Howard More. He got 125,000 birthday cards. He sang a song with somebody, became a UK number one in charts, number one, at the age of 100. So it's never too late to find the purpose. And when you find the purpose, you have that spark. The letter A in spark is for attraction. Today you're all here. Now you might think, I'm just here. No, you are here because you might pick one message today that can change your life. Whatever as a human being aspires, the universe conspires. When you have goals, crystal clear goals, and you repeat the goals every morning, every night, you attract accidents in your life. People call it synchronicity. Some people call it serendipity. But it's a universe way of helping you achieve your goals. I went to Kabul after the war as a volunteer. When I went to Kabul, I saw schools destroyed. I saw hospitals destroyed. I see buildings destroyed. I see children who have lost mom and dad in the war begging on the street. It was heartbreaking. It made me depressed. As I was walking, I passed by a carpet shop, a rug shop, and I looked inside, and there was a rug on the wall. And on the rug, there was a quote, not in Farsi, but in English, one of the most powerful quotes I've seen. It said, obstacles are what you see when you take your eye off your goal. Wow. It's as if Allah is telling me, why are you depressed? You come here for a goal. Your goal is to help people in need. Focus on the goal. So when your goal is inspiring, if your goal is uplifting, if your goal is energizing, if your goal is motivating, you don't see obstacles. Because your eye is not on the obstacle, your eye is on the goal. So we have to make sure to create that spark, to tap into our genius, we have to have powerful goals. Michelangelo once said, the tragedy in life is not that you're aiming too high and not getting there. The tragedy in life, you're aiming too low and reaching there. So aim high, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else believes in you. If you go to the ocean with one bucket, the ocean will only give you one bucket of water. If you go to the ocean with 1,000 buckets, the ocean will give you 1,000 buckets of water. What the mind conceives and the mind believes, the mind achieves. Let me repeat. What the mind conceives and the mind believes, the mind achieves. So you will attract in your life what your dominant goals are. That's the A in Spark. R is for resilience. Resilience is not to give up. You saw the children struggling. They had fun, but it was not easy. Someone did give up. But we don't give up. Because Prophet Muhammad, may peace of God be upon him, went through struggle as well. How come the Prophet who is the closest to Allah goes through struggle? What is the message for us? That there is a blessing in struggle. You know, if you are born with as a genius, you have so much power in you. If you are not tested, if you don't go through struggle, you're a weakling. Because you don't use your power. The only way you use your power is when you're tested. So every morning when you wake up, you say, Allah, thank you. Thank you for every struggle. Thank you for every obstacle. Thank you for every hurdle. Thank you for every challenge. Thank you for every failure. Because every struggle, challenge, hurdle, failure I went through is a seed that brings me bigger dividends in the future. Because without struggle, I cannot tap into my genius. So don't say, why me? Why you pick me for all the struggle? You know what you say? Why not me? Why not me? Bring it along. I'm ready. Because the more struggle I have, the more powerful I become. The more creative I become. The more innovative I become. The more I can tap into my genius and create that spark. And the last letter is K. K is for knowing. My brothers and sisters, knowing is a zero doubt. Zero doubt. Small doubt is too big. If you have a small doubt in life, it's too big. When you become doubtless, you walk it, you talk it, you sleep it, you breathe it, you die it, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because you believe in the... And you know how that happens? When you go from success to significance. Success is me. I'm successful. I'm my money, my business, my... When you go to significance, it's not about me. It's about a goal larger than me. The me disappears. And that's where magic happens. That's where you have a knowing. Because you become fearless. Because it's not about you. If I fail, it's not about me. It's about a cause. Today, in the world, there are approximately 700 million people who are starving, who are destitute, who are in abject poverty. 700 million people is the total of all of USA, all of Canada, all of Australia, all of New Zealand, all of Middle East. Combined is less than 700 million. These are how many people in abject poverty. Now, when you have a goal to help people like that, you become fearless because it's a goal larger than self. Otherwise, why do you tap into your genius? If Einstein and all these great people only use partly of their knowledge and their wisdom, we all have that gift. And many people hardly use their potential. But when you have a goal larger than self, you tap into your genius. So to conclude, once again, every one of the people who was part of this program, every one of these people was part of the Marifa Institute, whether as a donor, as a teacher, as a principal, as a sheikh, all the students who participated, kudos to them. Once again, give them a very big hand. They inspire us. They inspire us at their young age for what they can do. But all of us here, young or old, none of you is old yet. None of you is 100. I don't think anybody here is 100. So if Tom Moore at the age of 100 can achieve so much great success, so can we. So remind yourself, let nobody tell you that you are not good. Let nobody tell you that you're not a genius. Be yourself. Be your authentic self. Have you ever seen a bird struggle to fly? Have you ever seen a flower struggle to bloom? Have you ever seen a star struggle to shine? Why are we struggling? We are struggling because we try to be like somebody else. My brothers and sisters, everybody else is taken. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. When you be yourself, you are your true, authentic self. Your true, powerful self. Your true self with a spark. Twinkle in the eye. Brows are unwrinkled. Smile on your face. Echo in your voice. Your heart is open. Spring in your step. And you are glowing and flowing. And just your presence creates transformation. So with that, my prayers are with all of you, that may Allah give you the courage and the strength and the wisdom to find your purpose. May Allah give you the strength to create that spark in your life and ignite your spark every day in everything you do. And may Allah accept all your service and your contributions to the good cause. With that, I want to say Alhamdulillah, Shukran Lillah, Assalamu alaikum.